Tatiani Favors. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and this is why you go to college.
What's going on? This is Yancey, author and producer of the This Is Why series. Make sure you go now and subscribe to my website, www.newfacemanagement.org. This is why you go to college.
Face Entertainment.
New Face Family. New Face Family.
This is why you go to college.
New Face Entertainment.
New Face Entertainment.
This is why you go to college.
New Face Entertainment.
This is why you go to college.
This is why you go to college.
This is why you go to college.
Hi, I'm Tatiani Favors. I went to the real HU, Hampton University. I graduated in 2009, spent 5 years because I changed my major. Currently, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business owner. This is one of our shirts, Wake, Pray, Thrive. The name of my company is now Thrive Tax Systems, and we teach people how to run successful tax businesses. Whether you have previous experience in preparing taxes, it doesn't matter. You can still partner with us through our partner program. It's essentially like an online franchise, and so it's a business in a box essentially that we provide. We provide the software and we provide training. So if you, like I said, if someone doesn't have past experience in tax preparation, we'll train you, we'll provide you the software and all the resources for someone to be successful during the upcoming tax year. And so we actually have a webinar out now that you can see if you go to www.sixfiguretaxbusiness, that's the number 6figuretaxbusiness.com, to watch our webinar to learn all about what we offer. Yeah, so I never had a plan to go to college. When I was in high school, when I was a senior, my dad asked me, like, well, what are you going to do when you graduate? And I said, I don't know, get a job, get money. Like, he said, you're not going to go to college? And I'm like, I never thought about it. So I applied to Hampton. I applied to another school, got accepted to Hampton. So I said, okay, I'll go. And that's how it happened. Like, it wasn't no big, like, I always knew I was going to go to school. It wasn't that at all. I knew I wanted it to be out of Georgia because I felt like I was going to get in trouble if I stayed here. So I wanted it to be out of Georgia and I wanted it to be HBCU. So those are the only two things I did know.
Cool.
The experience was amazing. Back in me growing up, like now it's a different Atlanta. It's more like the melting pot of the South. When I was growing up, it was us. It was just us. You know, we were just in our little circle. Like no one was worried about us or anything. So when I went to Virginia and saw all of these black people doing different things, even down to the music, you know, house music, all of that, I've never been exposed to anything like that before. And so I thought it was very beautiful to see all, because I was used to being around black people, but black people who did what I did and listened to what I listened to, or, you know, just down here. But seeing a plethora of black people from all over Cali, New York, Florida, just everywhere was the most beautiful thing to me. Okay, so yeah, you know, Bianca, me, Tawana, Muffin used to hang around with each other, and so Bianca came to me and said, you know, my homeboy has this group he wants me to join, but I don't want to join by myself, so come to the meeting with me, and we get them parties for free. And I said, parties for free? Yeah, okay, I know. And so I went to a meeting. I think I probably met you before one of the meetings, and that's how I joined. Started attending the meetings and became a part of the organization. I think my mindset going into it was, you about to get a party, you know, party for free. But it was so much more than that. Like, it was organized, it was structured, it was, you know, because in the beginning I'm like, okay, yeah, he found his hustle, good job. Like, I'm sure he's confident, like, he found the hustle, cool. But the more I participated, the more I saw, like, this is like a movement within itself. Like, this is deep. I didn't think it was going to be that organizational sound when I first entered, and so that was awesome. It was a pleasant surprise, but it was like, oh, okay, I gotta actually do stuff besides just like show up. Okay. I felt like it was like an evening class, but again, organized. You know, we reviewed what happened last weekend or at the last party. The things you didn't like, the things we could improve on. It was just very organized, and it just kept everything in perspective. Like, we have fun, but we get down to business too. And I could appreciate that. And so, you know, sometimes I'll be, you know, in there intoxicated, but you know, it was college, everyone. But
They did like college.
right, but it was. I remember they meetings always happen. I'm like, I used to sometimes wish like, oh, I hope he cancels, because I don't feel like it, you know. But no, it was never canceled. It always kept on going. It was very efficient, very consistent. So that's what I remember. You know, we were broke college kids, so you're offering free food, better than a cab, you know. So it was awesome, and it was. But besides that, because that was just the, you know, okay, yeah, I go free food, like clearly I like free stuff, but but it was like a family, like it was a family, and it was people. I'm not gonna say all ages, but it wasn't just freshmen. It was people of all grades, all different levels, doing different things within within New Face, breaking bread together, having fun together. Like, it was a safe place almost. Very comfortable. I always went there, felt comfortable, never felt uncomfortable or anything. Like, it was a family who handled business. It was. Usually, because like you said, I've been on street teams, so other street leads, and we would get together, we would have the breakouts, and sometimes we would talk about everything but what we were supposed to be talking about, like everything but the goal, everything besides getting the word out, essentially. And so we would meet, and then we would meet, you know, after the meeting, you know, like before we break, and I realized, like, okay, I don't want to waste my time, I don't want to waste their time. I got something to do in an hour, so we got to get something going, and I don't want to waste your money. Like, you can give us hundreds of flyers. And so I'm like, I don't want these to be in my room. I don't want to throw them away, waste his money. So, like, I would come up with ideas and, like, you know, boom, let's hit the dorms. Instead of, like, guerrilla marketing, giving them people at the cabs and stuff, like, let's hit the dorms. Like, put them under everybody's, you know, just stuff like that I learned how to delegate responsibilities and how to organize groups of people without being extremely, like, authoritative. And that's something that carries forth into my life today. You know, when I have to build a team, when I have to hire people, you know, you have to know how to delegate. You have to know how to organize people toward the same goal without wasting anyone's time or without breaking anybody down in the process as well. So that's something that I've learned in New Face that has provided me to excel in over the years. But the 12 to 2 was cool. It was, I didn't go to a lot of classes because of the 12 to 2. Sometimes you had to pass through the student center and to get to another class, and you might get caught up. You know, your favorite song may come on, then you might realize you're hungry, and then the class is over, so you're like, oh, might as well not go. So don't do that, everyone. But the 12 to 2 was live. Everyone looked forward to 12 to 2. You know, it was music playing. It was, I think it was like a kindergartner's nap, if you will. Like, within the day, it was like a refresher. Like, you know, you had your morning classes, getting ready for your afternoon classes, or whatever your schedule was. It was just a time to see people that you may have not seen in a while, that you don't see often, or that you see every day at 12 to 2. And just a time for everyone to just get together and do whatever they want to, for real. Just a really good time amongst students. A group like a New Face that, because there's still responsibility in it, but you're still having fun. And so it's not just like class, it's just like all responsibility, just very, you know, do this, get a grade. With New Face, it's real life, you know, in a way. It's real life. You can actually transfer some of these skills or discover some of your skills within a group such as New Face. I think also to help a college student network better and to meet new people. Because when I joined New Face, I saw a lot of new faces. I saw a lot of new faces, people, not just freshmen, people older than me, graduate students, you know, so you really get a chance to meet people that you have not seen on campus, that you probably would never see on campus, and you get to build relationships with these people. And so now you know more people around, you feel more comfortable, so it makes your whole college experience that much more comfortable. And it might be just that extra little bit that someone would need to stay or to finish, to deal with the craziness of classes and the demanding of classes, just because they have this little piece over here that they like, that they feel like they're moving up in or excelling in or what have you. I think it does wonders for the college student. Yeah, and I'm hesitating because one of my best friends that I met at Hampton a few years ago attempted suicide. Thankfully, he failed, but he attempted, and it was a huge ordeal surrounding that. And from there, I looked at it totally different because I didn't know. We were close. We would talk a few times a week. I didn't realize he was depressed. And I don't think he realized he was depressed either. We just always thought, even when in school, you know, I always thought that he was an introvert or whatnot. Okay, you know, don't like to be bothered. But we didn't know. No one knew until it happened. And so when I talked to him afterwards, and because it was a huge effort to find him and everything, he was just saying like he had no idea that people loved him, that many people loved him and cared about him. And so that really got me thinking, like, for people who are depressed, like something that I would say to them is, you have people out here who love you and care for you. And just because people don't say it all the time doesn't mean that it's not true. And for the people who may be dealing with someone who may be depressed, even if you think that someone is depressed, take that extra 5 minutes to let them know that you're there. You know, even if they don't want to open up to you about whatever they have going, let them know that you're there and you'll be open to them whenever they're ready to come in. Because now how I think, I could be the last person this person talks to, and something that I could say could give them a glimmer of hope for one more day, to push one more day. And that's how I think of things. And so now if someone says, oh, I'm depressed, like even if they're using it just as an expression, I get so serious. Right. I'm just like, really? So what's going on? Like, I stop everything to be there for them, because a lifetime, like, I really took that personally. I felt like, how did I miss it? This is one of my best friends, like, how did I miss it? You know, like, how did I miss it? What could I have done? What didn't I do? What, you know, all of that. So now I think it is more pertinent in our community than most people think. I think that our community takes it very lightly. You know, nothing wrong with you. You just need to, you know, X, Y, Z, ABC. But certain people do have certain issues and you don't have to empathize with someone to have sympathy. Not even have sympathy for them, but you don't have to know what someone is going through in order to be there for them. Like, you don't have to deem them any type of name just because you don't understand, or because your ignorance won't allow you to understand what they're going through. You don't have to understand to be there for someone. And so I think that as a community we should be a little bit more sensitive, and even if we don't agree, we can understand and still be a little bit more loving to those people who are going through that. I know. Yeah. Crazy, you know, so it's definitely an issue. The main thing is to have a plan and be intentional. And so I would start there with them. No matter what, you know, to have a plan, meaning in a detailed plan, not I want to go to school, I want to graduate, I want to get a good job. That's everyone's plan. Like, it has to be detailed. Write it down. What are the steps that you need to go to college? Then what are the steps in order for you to graduate? Then what are the steps in order for you to get a good job? You know, have a plan, be clear on it. and therefore you can be intentional with your steps. Make sure your thoughts are your own and not those of a significant other, or because it's the cool thing to do at the time. And do a self-analysis on what you want to do, independent from anyone else, because even if you don't know you don't know, so you can set your intentions for how you're going to discover. I would tell them that the next 4, 5, 6 years of their lives will be probably the best years of their lives to date. To date, as far as though. They're going to meet some great people, lifelong friends I met in school. But also, it's the greatest time to make mistakes. You're old enough to make a sound decision, but you're still young enough to maybe get help if you need to. So it's the time to make all the mistakes if you can. Making mistakes are great because you learn from them. And get comfortable being uncomfortable. If you can live outside your comfort zone, then the rest of your life you'll always be pushing the limit. You'll always be pushing the limit. And this is the greatest time to just get comfortable being uncomfortable. Network. Join new groups. You're going to be amongst future bosses, future CEOs, future anybody. They might not even know that they're that, but they're going to be there 10, 15, 20 years down the road. Meet everyone you can. Form genuine relationships with people. It's beautiful, but just be intentional and have a plan. That's the ultimate thing. Be intentional, have a plan. A detailed plan.
All right, cool.